Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. And tonight, oh man, tonight hits differently. Because what just happened might mark the end of something legendary, or the start of something even bigger. We're talking about LeBron James, JJ Redick, and the uncertain but thrilling road ahead for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers' season is over. On Wednesday night, they fell short in a gritty Game 5 matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves, losing 103-96, officially ending their 2025 playoff run. And while that score might sound like just another postseason exit, what lies beneath it is far more emotional, far more historic, and honestly, a bit mysterious. LeBron James, in what might be his final game of the season, or perhaps the final game of an era, put up 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. He went 9 for 21 from the field and just 1 for 5 from beyond the arc in 40 grueling minutes of basketball. And yet, those numbers only tell a fraction of the story. Because what LeBron accomplished during this postseason, it defies age. It defies logic. And maybe it defies finality. Just listen to this. 25.4 points per game, 9 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 3.8 combined steals and blocks, and a scorching 60.1% true shooting percentage. According to Real Sports, this was the highest-scoring playoff series by a 40-year-old in NBA history. Read that again. Not just this year. Not just in Lakers history. In the entire NBA history. And yet, despite all that, the Lakers are going home. And we're left with a question that's echoing through the streets of Los Angeles, trending across social media, and being whispered by fans around the globe. Was this the last dance for LeBron James? Or was this just the beginning of something even more profound? But before we dig into that giant, looming question, let's rewind for a moment and talk about something unexpected, something powerful that happened after the game. Something that might just give us a clue about what comes next. Because in his post-game press conference, LeBron didn't speak like a man who was done. He didn't sound like someone washing his hands of the franchise or pointing fingers. Instead, he made a point to praise, unprompted, the man many doubted from the very start, JJ Redick. Here's what LeBron had to say. I think JJ is going to continue to grow. I thought he had one hell of a rookie campaign as a head coach. It's already hard to be a rookie head coach in the NBA, and it's even harder to be a rookie head coach coaching the Lakers. I thought he handled it extremely well. He held us accountable. He pushed us. I thought JJ and his staff were great all season long. That wasn't a generic coach did fine statement. That was heartfelt. That was detailed. That was leadership speaking. And that was LeBron James putting his stamp of approval on a coach that many thought wasn't ready. Let's not forget, Redick came into this job with 0 coaching experience. 0. A Duke legend, a 15-year NBA veteran, and a sharp basketball mind, sure. But coaching the Los Angeles Lakers, with all their media pressure, expectations, and internal politics, that's a tall order. Still, JJ led this squad to a 50-32 record, good enough for the 3rd seed in a brutally competitive Western Conference. That's not just decent for a rookie coach. That's remarkable. So what does LeBron's endorsement mean? Could this be a sign that LeBron isn't ready to walk away just yet? Is it possible that he sees JJ Redick not as a one-year experiment, but as a long-term partner to help build the final phase of his career, one last shot at glory, with a coach he believes in? Some insiders believe that this show of support could be more than just nice words. They believe it could be the early stages of LeBron locking in his plans for next season. But the speculation doesn't stop there. Let's talk about that 23rd season. If LeBron comes back next year, it'll be his 23rd season in the NBA and his 8th with the Lakers. And let's be honest, there's something poetic about that number. 23. The jersey number. The legacy. The final chapter. Or could it be about more than poetry? Some fans are wondering if LeBron is setting the stage for something even more ambitious. Could he be planning to return not just to play, but to play with his son, Bronny James, who's currently weighing his NBA future after a year at USC? Could this be the build-up to a historic father-son duo in purple and gold? And what would that mean for the Lakers? Could they use their draft capital to bring Bronny into the fold and secure LeBron's return in one brilliant, emotional masterstroke? Imagine the headlines. Imagine the ticket sales. Imagine the motivation that would inject into a team already showing flashes of something special under JJ Redick's guidance. But there's another possibility too, one that's a little more sobering. What if this was LeBron's goodbye? What if that speech about JJ Redick wasn't just praise, but a passing of the torch? What if those 40 minutes in Game 5 were the last we'll ever see of him in a Lakers uniform? What if that epic playoff performance, despite ending in a loss, was LeBron James' way of saying, "I've done everything I can. Now it's your turn"? The truth is, no one knows. Not yet. But what we do know is this: LeBron James just completed one of the most impressive playoff campaigns we've ever seen from a player his age, or any age, honestly. And whether he returns or not, this season is already part of NBA legend. But the bigger question remains: is the story of LeBron James in a Lakers jersey over? Or is it just entering its most emotional, unpredictable, and historic chapter yet? But what do you think about all of this? Do you believe LeBron will return for one more run, possibly alongside Bronny? Or was that his final bow, an iconic goodbye wrapped in quiet greatness? I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. And then there's the matter of timing. LeBron doesn't make decisions lightly. Every move he's made since joining the Lakers has been calculated, designed to either extend his prime or position the franchise for contention. That's why fans and analysts alike are reading into every interview, every quote, every social media post. Because one way or another, a storm is coming. And in that storm, we might finally get clarity. Let's not ignore the emotional side of this either. If this truly is the end of LeBron's time in purple and gold, it's going to hit harder than any player departure since Kobe Bryant's retirement. Because for all the drama, the headlines, and the outside noise, LeBron brought a championship to Los Angeles. He helped lift the franchise out of the post-Kobe darkness and return them to relevance on a global scale. That legacy can't be understated. And speaking of legacies, JJ Redick might just be carving out one of his own. For a rookie coach, he showed composure well beyond his years. He wasn't afraid to make bold decisions, shuffle rotations, or challenge his players in ways that made them better. It's rare to see that level of poise from someone so new to the sideline, and even rarer to see them earn respect from a titan like LeBron James in such a public, powerful way. But make no mistake, JJ's journey is just beginning. The real test for him comes now, in the off-season. Can he recruit talent? Can he adapt strategically? Can he take the lessons from this playoff run and evolve into the kind of coach that not only guides a team through the regular season, but can also outmaneuver the best minds in the playoffs? That's where legends are made. That's where he'll either rise or fall. If LeBron does decide to return, the Lakers will have to make bold roster moves to capitalize on the window. That means tough decisions on guys like D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and even Austin Reeves. Who stays? Who goes? Who compliments a 40-year-old LeBron on his last chase for greatness? The Lakers can't afford to waste a single asset, not if they want to maximize whatever time is left. And then there's Bronny, the wild card. He's not a guaranteed first-round pick. He's not a surefire NBA starter. But he is LeBron's son, and that alone changes everything. Because if the Lakers believe that drafting Bronny means securing one more year of LeBron, then that pick becomes infinitely more valuable. And the message it would send, not just to fans, but to the entire league, would be seismic. Imagine opening night at Crypto.com Arena. The lights dim, the crowd roars, and walking out together in Lakers jerseys are LeBron and Bronny James, side by side, father and son, teammates. It would be the kind of story that transcends basketball, a cultural moment, a Hollywood script, a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. And yet, it's not just fantasy. It's a very real possibility on the table. Of course, there are skeptics. Some believe LeBron is too smart to base his final seasons purely on sentiment, that he wouldn't sacrifice title hopes just to share the floor with his son. But others argue the opposite, that LeBron's ultimate legacy isn't just about rings anymore. It's about impact, symbolism, and rewriting history in a way no athlete has ever done before. And in that light, playing with Bronny makes perfect sense. Let's not overlook what's happening in the rest of the Western Conference either. The Nuggets, Timberwolves, and Thunder aren't going anywhere. The Warriors might retool. The Clippers could make a run. This isn't just about internal improvement. It's about surviving a battlefield. And if the Lakers want to be more than just another playoff team, they'll need to add the kind of talent that elevates them to true contenders again. Could that mean pursuing a star via trade? Someone like Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young? Even Kyrie Irving's name keeps surfacing, despite all the past noise. If LeBron commits to one more year, the front office will be under pressure to give him the weapons he needs. No more half measures. No more let's wait and see. It would be go time. Championship or bust. There's also the question of Anthony Davis. Quietly, he had one of the best defensive seasons of his career and was the Lakers' rock on both ends of the floor. But for all his brilliance, health continues to be a concern. If LeBron returns, can the Lakers count on AD to stay on the floor and lead when needed? Or does Rob Pelinka have to consider the unthinkable, breaking up the duo to reshape the team? And beyond the stars, there's the culture shift. JJ Redick's voice will only grow louder. His influence more pronounced. Will veterans buy in again? Will young players develop under his watch? The Lakers aren't just selling minutes and roles anymore. They're selling belief. And Redick, for all his promise, still has to prove he can command a room for the long haul. We're entering an era of transition. The franchise has one foot in the past and one in the future. The decisions made in the next few months could define the next decade of Lakers basketball. Will they double down on LeBron's twilight? Or pivot toward a post-LeBron identity built around youth, cap space, and a new vision? The stakes couldn't be higher. There's also the matter of cap space and flexibility. With LeBron potentially opting into the final year of his deal, the Lakers will be pressed up against the salary cap, limiting their ability to pursue big-name free agents. However, if he were to take a pay cut or structure his contract to allow room for a strategic signing, that could completely reshape their off-season approach. It raises the question, will LeBron be willing to sacrifice money for one final super team? And speaking of super teams, there are whispers around the league that a few big names could be on the move. From Donovan Mitchell to Trae Young, the rumor mill is heating up. Could the Lakers make a blockbuster trade? Could they package D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and future picks to bring in another star to support LeBron and AD? It's a gamble, but one this franchise has taken before. Don't forget, the Lakers still have one of the most attractive markets in the NBA. Players want to come here. They want to wear the purple and gold. They want to play at Crypto.com Arena under the Hollywood lights. And they want to compete for championships. That allure never fades. And as long as LeBron is in the building, that magnetism only intensifies. But let's not overlook the internal growth that could redefine this team too. Austin Reeves has emerged as a legitimate starting guard with a knack for big moments. Max Christie continues to develop on both ends of the floor. And under JJ Redick's leadership, we saw role players elevate their games and step into bigger responsibilities with confidence. This isn't just about stars, it's about building a complete, resilient team. There's also a sense that this team finally found its identity. For years, the Lakers have struggled with consistency, chemistry, and direction. But this past season, there was a cohesion, especially defensively, that hadn't been there in a while. Redick brought structure. He brought accountability. He brought modern offensive principles. And players responded. And let's not ignore Anthony Davis. While much of the spotlight always gravitates toward LeBron, AD quietly put together a monstrous season. He was healthy, dominant, and, at times, the best player on the floor. If he can't maintain that level of play, and if the Lakers can keep him engaged and supported, there's no reason he can't be the future face of the franchise. Of course, the wild card remains Bronny James. His draft stock is still uncertain, and there are concerns about whether he's ready to contribute at the NBA level. But make no mistake, his name carries weight, and his presence could be the catalyst for something historic. If a team like the Lakers takes a chance on him, it's not just about talent. It's about the emotional value of uniting father and son on the biggest stage in basketball. That's the dream, isn't it? To see LeBron and Bronny share the court. To witness a moment that would transcend sports. It's the kind of storyline that only comes once in a generation, if ever. And for a franchise built on legacy, pageantry, and milestones, it fits the Lakers brand perfectly. But that dream won't come easy. Drafting Bronny might mean reaching earlier than expected. It might mean giving up on other prospects with more polished skill sets. It might mean facing criticism from analysts and pundits alike. Still, if it means securing LeBron's commitment, If it means injecting purpose and emotion into the team, many believe it's worth it. And what about JJ Redick? After a season of silencing doubters and establishing a foundation, what's next for him? Will he get more say in personnel decisions? Will the front office trust his vision? Will he lean even harder into the analytics-driven pace and space style that brought out the best in his roster this year? These are questions we'll start to see answered in the coming months. Redick's connection to this team feels real. He's not just a coach, he's a former player who speaks their language, understands the grind, and brings a cerebral approach that resonates with this modern generation. And if he's empowered to take the next step, the Lakers might finally have the kind of continuity they've been missing for years. Let's also talk about the fans. Lakers Nation showed up all season long, through the highs, the lows, the injuries, and the drama. The energy at Crypto.com Arena was electric, and that passion isn't going anywhere. If anything, the uncertainty surrounding LeBron has only made fans more invested. Because whether it's a farewell tour or a new beginning, they want to be there for every second of it. Personally, as a diehard fan, I'm not ready to let go. There's unfinished business. There's a team here with the right pieces. There's a coach earning his stripes. And most importantly, there's a king who still looks like he has some fight left in him. One more year. Just one more. That's all I ask. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got a lot more to talk about in the coming weeks because, trust me, this Lakers offseason, it's going to be one for the ages. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.